Alright, we are going to check out the Safari Zone now. And as you can see here, there's a whole bunch of these little stands set up here. And you can talk to this lady here, next to the Butterfree, and she sells some mail, and she also sells some rather interesting types of Pokeballs. Most notably the Dusk Balls and Quick Balls. Those are very handy Pokeballs to get, so this is a good place to pick them up. Also, you can pick up some of the vitamins from that old dude there. But you can also pick them up in Goldenrod City, too. That little youngster there, he sings a little song or something. And, let's see. Yeah, not all that much. No, I already talked to you. I don't really need anything. Well, actually, you know what? I'm thinking about it. Quick Balls are very nice to have because if you toss those right away, you have pretty good odds at catching the Pokemon, unless it's, like, really hard to catch. So picking up a few of those are a good thing. Well, I don't know if I want. I'm not a talker. Well, okay. Just when you least expect it, I'm Cameron, the photographer. Alright, well, Cameron, go ahead and take my picture. Right in front of the Safari Zone. Yeah! Alright, so, awesome. I have a nice picture! Yay! Cool. Yeah. If you're into collecting pictures, I guess talk to that guy. I'm not really covering that in the videos because I'm not into it. Okay, so let's just hop in here really quick. I don't remember what I did, probably just healed or something. And now I'm actually going to go into the Safari Zone itself. But first, I need to talk to the Warden here, Warden Baoba! And he wants me to take the Owner Aptitude Test. Now, the first thing I need to do in this test is go find a Geodude. I can find a Geodude in the grass closest to the entrance. Neat. Oh, it can't be used yet. Huh. Okay, well, whatever. So, if I want to go in there, it's going to cost me 500 Pokédollars. But, unlike the previous games, there's no time limit or step limit, really. You just get your 30 Safari Balls, and when you're out, you're done. Or you can leave whenever you want. So you can take your time in there. You don't have to worry about getting ripped off or anything. Now, if I wanted a Geodude, I'd just walk around in here, because that's where you're most likely to find them. And you're going to want to make sure you pick one up from in here. Any other Geodude won't work. It has to be from inside the Safari Zone. Now, there's a whole ton of different Pokemon you can catch in the Safari Zone. And a lot of these Pokemon were not available in the original Gold and Silver, or Crystal, until after you've beaten the game. So, being able to catch them early on is really nice. Because there's some pretty cool ones. Some of my favorites, I'll try to read off a list in a moment here, but some of the favorites you can find in here are Larvitar. Yeah, you can get a Larvitar before Mount Silver, where it was in the old game. You can get that. You can get Misdreavus and Murkrow early on. You can get Smeargles here if you want. You can get Giraffe eggs, although you can get them coming up before too long anyway. There's Kangaskhan, and there's a few other things. Rhyhorn, yeah, that's another one you couldn't have caught until later. And Jigglypuff and Clefairy, too. Well, I'm just going to start with this Nidoran here. Now, remember, you're always going to have that one area up front. I don't remember what it's called. And then there's 5 other areas in the Safari Zone. And these are kind of assigned at random from a pool of different ones. You can find all of the different locations on my written walkthrough, because it's just too complicated explaining it on a video. But know that it will be different each time you play. After you've completed the test, you'll be able to switch these locations around so that you can go to whichever one you want. It's just until that point, until after you've done that, you only have the starting ones available, and they'll be random. There'll be 5 random ones, and then there'll be the, what is it? The mountain, marshland, whatever the one you start up. And I don't think it's the mountain. I think it's the peak. Yeah, that's it. I think. Anyway, that wasn't anything important. It was just some wimpy Pokemon. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit more splicing of things. I don't need to show you every single encounter here, because this could take a while. But this is one of the more, not more interesting, because you could catch one just before you reached Olivine City. But you can catch them here pretty easily, so you might as well catch Tauros if you don't have one already. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let me think. I'll just read off a little list because I prepared. I made a list before I made this video. In the plains, and you're just gonna have to take my word for what the different locations are. I know it says it after you. Hey, cool, a Rhyhorn. I know it says it after you've completed the aptitude test and received a phone call or something. Basically, after you've gotten to the point where you can switch around the different locations or the areas. But just take my word in the meanwhile. I'll just tell you the names of the places, and you can figure it out. So in the plains, the two cool Pokemon you can find there, one is Girafarig, and then the other is Smeargle. And Smeargle's a little cumbersome to catch, but you can't find it at night. Keep that in mind. I'm over in, I don't know where I am. Either rock, yeah, Savannah or something. Hey, it's Kangaskhan. Cool. I guess that'd make it the Wasteland. And that's one of the Pokemon you can find there. In fact, I think it's exclusive to the Wasteland. So definitely make sure to pick one up if you can. It's a pretty rare Pokemon. And it's pretty decent, too. So I went ahead and caught it. And, let's see, in the meadow, you can find Jigglypuff and Clefairy, which is cool. Plus, you can also find Marill if you surf at night on the water. And that can be a lot more convenient than waiting in Mount, what is that mountain? Mount Mortar. Because they're a pain to find, and they only show up there in swarms, or very, very rarely. Okay, so you saw the Rhyhorn in the Savannah. Nice. The Peak has Magneton. Love that. Well, here's a Magneton here. Neat. Might as well catch it, or at least try. The Wetland has Golduck in it. I think you might have to surf to get that. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't write that down in my notes. But needless to say, there is a Golduck around there, and that can be cool, because it takes a while for it to evolve from the Psyduck anyway. The Forest has Mr. Mime and Misdreavus. Keep in mind that Mr. Mime cannot be found at night, but Misdreavus can be found at any point in the day. And that's a great ghost Pokemon if you need a ghost type. I mean, Gengar is probably better in the long run, but hey, Misdreavus, why not, right? Couldn't get that earlier. The Swamp, if you find the Swamp, it also has a cool Pokemon you can find. It has Murkrow. Oh yeah, and right here you can see there's a Lickitung. Lickitungs can be found in the mountain. And there might be somewhere else. I'm trying to note where they are. I think it's just a mountain. Needless to say, if you want a Lickitung, this one, it burned through a whole ton of my Safari Balls. I don't know if you noticed that, how many I've used on it. I think like 9 or something. It just would not get caught under any circumstance. A real troublemaker. But it wasn't going to run away either, so I guess it's not that bad. Okay, what am I forgetting? The Marshland has Ekans and Arbok, Weezing and Grimer, and the mountain has, yep, Lickitung, and then this little thing, the Larvitar I was telling you about. Now that's just great if you're looking to catch a really powerful Pokemon for later on in the game. However, keep in mind that, well, they like to run, but keep in mind it evolves pretty late too, so you're probably not going to have it fully evolve into a Tyranitar by the time you take on the Elite Four. That's not to say it won't be good in the long run, but just understand you might be limited as far as its usefulness until after you've beaten the game. Now, after you've gotten your ownership, or after you've done the first part of the test and you can switch areas around, you can find Lapras by surfing in the Rocky Beach area, and then you can also find Cubone and Marowak in the desert area, but not at night. Now those are, again, some rather interesting Pokemon. Lapras, of course, can be found on Fridays in the Union Cave, in the basement down there. But you can find them whenever you want in the Rocky Beach. And Cubone and Marowak in the desert's nice. You don't have to wait until after you've beaten the game. Did you have fun? Please come again. Sure thing. Sure thing. Okay, you know what? I'm definitely going to come again. I want to do this again, because, I don't know, I can. And it wasn't very expensive, and I want to catch some more Pokemon. Namely that Larvitar that got away. Ah! How can I let that thing get away? So I'm going to go back in there, and I'm going to just kind of cut things around here. Just to try and catch a few of the Pokemon I didn't catch earlier. Now, obviously, I won't be able to catch everything on that list I just told you, so you're just going to have to take my word for it, and please refer to the Safari Zone section of my walkthrough. You can find it at pokemon.maryland.com/hgss/mineral badge/safari_zone. At least for right now. I might change around the URLs by the time you've viewed this, if you're viewing it in the future. But, yeah, eradicate, caught, cool. But basically, you can find it in the HeartGold SoulSilver walkthrough. Under the Mineral Badge section, there's a little place that says Safari Zone, and that shows you all the things you can catch. So check that out, got it? And that's for the pre-ending Safari Zone. Like, you can catch a whole ton of stuff after you've beaten the game and after you've done, like, 2 of these tests or something. But I'm not going to cover that right now. Not right now. I haven't even beaten the game here yet. I mean, I have, but I haven't shown you that far yet. Ah, revenge! Good old revenge on that Larvitar that got away. Although this one's a male, so it's not the same Larvitar. Maybe it's her brother or something. Cool. Well, I caught that Larvitar, and you know what? Before I leave, I want to catch me a Coughing. Just because I ran into one, and hey, why not, right? Might as well catch one of these things. Didn't come this far just to sit around and get nothing. But it's certainly worth my while, going in there for 500 Pokédollars, catching whatever I want with those 30 Pokeballs, or 30 Safari Balls. Not too shabby of a deal, really. Okay, but that's enough for me. I just went and I exited manually. You can do that by going to the menu, like you would to save or something. Show me the Geodude. Okay, cool. So I'm going to show this guy the Geodude. And, no, this isn't a PC. Okay, wait, there's no PC in here, dude. What's that all about? Are you, like, low-tech or something? There needs to be a PC in here. Anyway, I just went and I withdrew the Geodude and put it in my party. And I passed the first test. Oh, wait, there's 2 tests? The second test is, oh, well, I'm preparing for it. You just need to wait a little bit. I'll call you with the Pokegear. Okay, so you do have to wait a while. I don't remember what the exact amount of time is, but just go about your business, and you'll get a call from him later on. Now I just went and I put that Geodude away, and I'm going to fly back to Olivine City because I have a match with a gym leader coming up. Yep, I'm going to take on Jasmine in the next episode of Maryland's SoulSilver Adventure.